Hi, I wanted to come on here and talk to you if you're thinking of doing something new creatively, a project like a book, or stepping on an open mic, or getting on a stage, or writing your first poem. Oh my gosh, we've been honoring Andrea Gibson's voice in my communities, and I've been seeing it all online, and their work is so profound. So, thinking of writing a new poem, thinking of writing a book, thinking of getting on this stage, thinking of getting on an open mic, thinking of offering a new service. And what typically happens for us is we have this great idea, we have this pull, we have this heart swell, and then at some point there's contraction. There's the feeling of having to be perfect. There's the feeling of comparing ourselves. There's the voice that says, who the fuck do you think you are doing this thing? And what we forget is that when we do the thing that we are being called to do, the action actually serves who we're becoming. The action allows for latent talents to bloom. The action, being in the creative act, stepping out of your comfort zone, actually shifts your identity. So you go from the person who, would have never done that thing, to now being the woman who does do that thing. And it's scary. It is scary. But we forget what happens in the process of. And I have so many examples of this. Speaking of Andrea Gibson, I remember when I first started listening to spoken word poetry, and I loved it. And not only did I love it, something in my heart pulled me towards it where I was like, I have to do this. Something in me has to do this, has to experience this. I was probably in my late 20s or my early 30s. I think it was my early 30s where I felt that call. And I remember at the time going like, I'm not the girl who gets on the stage. I don't even like my voice. Who do I think I am? Never, never, never in a million years will I do that thing. Well, I did the thing. And it started actually by me reading some of my journal entries to my husband, who was, I think, my boyfriend back then. Maybe we were married. Anyway, I started reading a few of my journal entries that were very private and very raw, but I felt, again, that heart swell, that compelling feeling that was calling me to do it. And he said to me, you are a writer. And that was the first time I heard that. You are a writer. And when I heard that, I thought, maybe I could write a poem. And I did. I wrote a poem. And then I thought, well, maybe I could get on a stage. And I did, and it was scary and beautiful and wonderful. And then my husband and I started writing poetry together, and then we started to get invited to more and more events and to get on other people's stages, and it all grew. And I became the woman who got on stage to use her voice, but I was the girl that used to be so shy and deathly afraid of speaking. And if I hadn't stepped into the creative act, those latent talents inside of me wouldn't have had a chance to get activated, to exercise themselves. And I wouldn't have had the opportunity to actually change my identity in the act of doing the thing. So I'm here with a reminder that whatever is calling you forth, whatever your heart feels so connected to, that you just have to try it. You have to do it. Do it. Do it and watch who you become in the process.